Nike by You is the rebranded Nike ID service, which effectively allows you to customize a given product from the Nike brand, typically shoes. This is the box that it comes in, and something that I thought was pretty cool is the custom size tag that of course has the size in men's and women's sizing, your name, as well as a little picture of the product that you've customized, which I realize that's a bit of a spoiler because of course I've customized a pair of Nike Mercurial Vapor 14 Elites in a colorway that I have to say turned out really well, and we're going to take a closer look at them in this video. Keep in mind, given that this is a customization service, there is a wait time from when you place your order. Mine took about 5 weeks to arrive, although that time will vary depending on demand for the given product that you're ordering, and the retail price is $270, so it's only a $20 premium over the full retail price of a normal Mercurial Vapor colorway. And they also include a string bag. What I want to do in this video is take a closer look at all the details and determine whether or not there are actually any differences besides the colorway when compared to the normal release versions of the Mercurial Vapor 14 Elite. We'll also, of course, take a look at how they fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around, watch the entire review. And if you're interested in a pair of Nike ID Mercurials, either Vapors or Superflies for yourself, check out the first link down below. It'll take you right to the customizer. Oh, and by the way, today's video is brought to you by Curex insoles. I reviewed their Cleat Pro insoles almost 3 years ago and have used them exclusively ever since. The only issue has been availability, but that has now changed, and I'm super happy to have partnered with Curex and also be able to offer SR4U fans a discount on their Cleat Pro insoles, which you can take advantage of by checking out the link in the description. If you find your football boots are lacking in comfort and especially in arch support, these Cleat Pro insoles will make a huge difference for you. It features their special flexible, low-profile arch support system that's actually available in high, medium, as well as low arch types, as well as in 6 different trim to fit sizes, so you can get the exact fit for your football boots because of the low profile design. They're also made out of super high quality materials that are going to be significantly nicer than the stock insoles that come in your boots, and also have these little rubberized grips in the heel, forefoot, and near the toe to prevent a little bit of extra slippage underneath your feet. Now, for those of you that watch or listen to the Boot Nerds podcast, you've probably already seen my Nike ID Mercurials, and that's because we actually did an episode where we customized the boots in real time. And honestly, I went into that episode really not having played around with the customizer all that much. I kind of just figured out a colorway as we were designing them in real time. And what I ultimately came to with all the different options that Nike gives you, and you can really make some unique stuff. The one thing I'll say about these boots in particular on Nike ID is a lot of you guys have sent me DMs of your pairs that have arrived, and in person, they always end up looking significantly better. So keep that in mind when using the customizer. But for me, I was playing around with different colors and different shapes that you can see on the internal liner. And for me, this kind of toe guard running around the front edge, the forefoot being in a different color, and then this band through the forefoot really reminded me of the design found on the Nike Kobe 5. And then when I started playing around with different colors, one colorway of that sneaker that I've always really been a big fan of was the Bruce Lee colorway. So that's kind of the design inspiration for this color, where you can see I went for what is a laser orange underlay material with red accents here as well as in the forefoot, and then black through this forefoot band as well as the mudguard to kind of give you the similar outline to what was featured on the Kobe 5. And then as an accent color, I went with gold for the Nike swoosh, which I think looks really good. You have that on both the lateral and medial side. There is an option to just fill in this area with kind of text, and I just didn't think it looked all that good, so I opted to just maintain the Nike swoosh. That also gives you the gold right here across the top of the laces. I went for black Flyknit with black laces, which it's a little bit unusual that the color of the laces and the color of the Flyknit are tied together. Historically, you've been able to change the color of the laces, although I probably would have gone for black anyways. And then I also went for a gold sole plate. And something that's kind of a little bit strange about the customization here is that the color of the sole plate, which in this case is a chrome gold, it is a wearable finish, that ties directly to the Speedwing color. So if I went for a blue sole plate as an example, the Speedwing would always be blue. It'd be really nice if you could separate that, but given that I went for gold accents throughout, I think the gold Speedwings don't actually look too bad. And then the little heel tab on the back, as well as the Mercurial branding, that color is tied to the color that you go for with the Nike swoosh. So you are a little bit limited in terms of certain color options really having an impact all the way around the boot rather than being able to pick things kind of more individually. But as a whole, the way that they turned out visually, I think they look quite cool. I went for a translucent top layer. Then you can see the grid pattern in mesh. I opted for black, so you could still see a lot of the color on the underside, but I wanted to maintain a relatively dark theme to the boot. And I think that's what's cool about this colorway, is that from a distance, they're very, very subtle. It's not until you get up close and in the light that you can see the red, the laser orange, and of course the gold popping in the background. As far as differences from the regular colorways is concerned, there really aren't any. There's one very minor difference, and it's in the liner of the insole, which is actually the same, but the pattern printed on the heel is what's actually different. It's still a mesh liner, it's still made from the same yellow foam, and it has that harder black foam insert with the texture that locks into the underside of the sole plate. Everything else about this, aside from of course the colors that I've chosen to go with, is identical to what you're gonna find on a regular Vapor 14. The materials are the same, the shape is the same, they're made in China, just like the regular Vapor 14 Elite would be as well. So as far as I am concerned, and as far as I can tell, there is absolutely no difference here with the Nike ID version. On feet, I think the boots look that much better and are a perfect match to the black Pure Grip Socks Pro that I'm currently wearing them with. For those that don't know, this is my own brand of grip socks, this being the new Pro variation that retails for just $16.99 and is available in either black or white color variants. If you're interested in trying some out for yourself, the website to visit is puregripsocks.com, which of course will be linked down below. As far as everything else is concerned with these boots, they feel like a regular pair of Vapor 14 Elites. Nothing different regarding the material, nothing different regarding the construction, and the overall shape of the boot is identical as well. Typical of a Mercurial, they fit very snug, but do also have some decent width to them. So if you've worn Mercurials in the last couple of years, you're still gonna fit in the latest generation, just expect them to have a tighter fit. And as always, I never think that Mercurials are an ideal option if you have really wide feet, but they will fit most people if you like that snug fit. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is perfect. So if you're looking to order a pair, whether they're the Nike ID version or a regular colorway, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. So in conclusion, is the Nike ID or Nike by You option for the Vapor 14 Elite or Superfly 8 worth the extra 20 bucks? And I think if you are really desperate to have a custom colorway, you want something unique or something that Nike just simply isn't ever going to make, and you have a little over a month to wait for your colorway to arrive, by all means, I think the extra 20 bucks is more than fair. Historically, Nike's charged a lot more for Nike ID, so 20 bucks as a premium is actually pretty reasonable. With that said, you don't necessarily have to pay full retail for a regular colorway of a Mercurial Vapor that normally retails for $250. They're pretty readily available even at launch, typically for around $220 to $230 with the right SR4U coupon code, of course. So it's a little bit more like a $50 to $60 premium for Nike ID. Even so, if you just want something that is one of one unique to you, I still think it's well worth it. And honestly, the 5-week turnaround time was pretty reasonable. Anyways, that's it for this one. If you guys are interested in more performance info on the Vapor 14 Elite, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to my initial review where I go over absolutely all of the details that you could possibly want to know. Again, if you're interested in checking out the Nike ID customizer for yourself, you can find that link down below in the description. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. You can find all my social media info linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.